Do it. Fam, what's up, squad? It's your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies. I'm here with Coach Coleman. It's the CC show, y'all. We here with Friday fun. Let's get it in, fam. How y'all feeling?
The
Friday
dream.
fun.
I'm sorry, I had to do it. Shout out, Coach.
Shout out, Coach. Coach got you just breaking in the song in the middle of the day for no reason.
I
People at
had
the
to
job
shout
like,
out
what are you
Coach
talking
Rowe.
about? What?
Coach Rowe flashback. The dream. All right, there we go.
You got to hit him with that shoulder dip, right?
Yeah.
Hit him up, just walking through the job and just 3 wins. They're like, what are you talking about?
Three wins.
Coach got us in there singing for no reason.
With his Uncle Ruckus laugh.
Coach Rowe. One of a kind, man. The guy's
All
one of a
right.
kind. So, Coach, how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great. We had some great games last night. Awesome, man. We had some great games last night. You know, I'm sure we'll be talking about that soon.
Definitely been some great basketball for sure.
It was great. Yeah, I thought it was great. I was in your chat before we jump into our tea here. I was observing in your chat, and some people feel like I saw someone, and I don't mention names. I just refer to that chat, so I'm not big on who said it. I'm just big on it was mentioned.
Go ahead, Coach, because I probably don't remember. I read so many things. I don't know.
They were saying, well, that the play is like. You have the top tiers and then the bottom tiers are horrible. But like actually most of the games are competitive. You have a few blowouts, but it's even the losing teams are competing. It's competitive. And then also I think, it's in all fairness to our women, our athlete, professionals. NBA has a longer timeline to prepare for their season.
Oh, absolutely.
Which also helps reduce risk of injuries. So you see some high injuries or nagging injuries because our WNBA professionals play more year round because of the financial discrepancy, and so therefore it's more wear and tear in the body. So you see some of these injuries because one, they have a shorter time to prepare. So it's less recovery time on their body, on their muscles and everything. And so, and then if you don't come in ready, in shape, then you put yourself at higher risk for some unforeseen injuries or injuries you didn't think you were going to get. So,
I'm just to build off that. I think that's a great call out, but I also think that some of these programs get it, and like I gave Kim Mulkey the blues. About how she was using Angel Reese.
Right.
Angel Reese is ready for the WNBA when she got to the WNBA. 40 minutes of SEC basketball, 38 minutes, 36 minutes a game, for however many games they played, 30 or so, whatever that was, had her cardio. And I'm not saying that she came in and just was balling.
Right.
But she was able to come in and make an adjustment and have her body be much better, much more ready than and I'm not taking a shot at her, but than like a Caitlin Clark.
Right.
Hey, you see her kind of breaking down. You see her not having necessarily that strength, that conditioning. Even though she was playing a whole lot of minutes, I don't know if it was as physical as the SEC. But Kim Mulkey wasn't giving no breaks. She wasn't giving no breaks. She was like, yeah, no timeouts, no nothing. You play 40 minutes, and Angel herself said transitioning was easier than she thought. Before we jump into the T, let's jump in the chat here real quick.
All right.
Miss DSP 201, what's good?
Fantastic Friday, Miss D.
Eagles Brother 92. We appreciate the like already from work. Please support on both platforms. We are live on both channels, y'all. We do this thing on Wednesdays and Fridays, y'all. The CC show. We working out the time. We gonna nail this thing down, but keep rocking with us. We gonna grow this thing. Let's see. Miss D say, hey, Coach Coleman.
Hey, Miss Fantastic Friday, Miss D.
Kylie Black was good, and I fell asleep last night, so I didn't get to see the Aces win their game. I'm gonna have to watch it today. Friday. Yeah, it's a good watch back. Let's go for this winter conditioning. Absolutely. So, Coach, I know you got some tea. We want to jump into, so let's get into it.
Hey, what they say, the proof is in the game. The game will call you out. So the tea today is about stat facts. The proof is in the play. I'm ready. Go ahead. I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Yeah. I was ready.
I don't know where. I think I bumped the. I think I bumped the button too many times. It took you down. My bad, Coach. Let's go.
So here we have our season leaders for so far. This is not for the week, but this first three section of stats is who is leading the league for the season as of how many games have been played to this week, right? Overall season. So you have number one in points per game, Asia Wilson, almost at 29, 28.6. Enrique from Dallas Wings, 26.2 points. Big Foe Senior, Kalia Copper from Phoenix, 23.5. Nafisa Collier, I think a UConn product. Minnesota Lynx now playing in Lynx 20.8. She's putting in work, putting the team on her back, along with McBride, Tasha McBride over there. That tandem over there at Minnesota is pretty dangerous. Jewel Lloyd from Seattle, Storm 20. And then, every now and then, Skylar Diggins-Smith will have something to say. But as far as the point, that's your top 5 for your points per game, seasonal leaders as of this week. Rebounds per game, season leaders as of this week. Asia Wilson, Las Vegas Aces, as Seth would say, mother. 11.7 rebounds per game. Derica Hamby, fam, there go that player again. Los Angeles Sparks, 11.4 rebounds. Nafisa Collier, I tell you, she does not pass the eye test on rebounding. You wouldn't look at her and think she would like the rebound. I'm just being honest. Somebody let me know in the chat. But you will look at her and be like, oh, she liked the rebound, but she's there. Number 3 at 10.9. Alyssa Thomas from the Connecticut Sun. Alyssa Clothesline Thomas, 10.1 rebounds per game. She was like WWE, WT. She was like all on the basketball court. And the focus of the clothesline, Chi-Town Barbie Angel Reese, is right behind with in number 5 spot from the Sky, 9.6. Now, if you pay attention, assists per game, Alyssa Thomas, she plays a post, but that means she's passing well out of the double team, and that's why she's number 1. She's reading the doubles. And so right now she's at 8.1. Natasha Cloud is more guard-oriented, 7.5, so she's passing from the perimeter. Jackie Young, passing from the perimeter, Las Vegas Aces, 6.4. Caitlin Clark from Fever, most of her passes, if you watch games closely, most of her assists have been in transition in a handful in half-court setting at 6. Skylar Diggins-Smith, she has a good mixture in her assists. They're not going to run much because they seasoned fries. Were they steak fries or were they curly fries? I forgot.
I think they were steak.
They were steak fries, okay? And she's at 5. Skylar Diggins is 5.8. You feel like her balance, she has set in emotionally. See how you think she's found her niche, Seth?
Oh, definitely finding her niche. Definitely filling in and starting to see where she can contribute and being effective in them spots.
Blocks per game as a season league leader as of this week. Ezzy Magbigore from Seattle Store, 2.9 blocks. Sham Brink. She different, man. I feel like she came out of her bag, like she was done with Stanford, and then now it just you saw this transfer like Transformers more than BCIs. I think she just
Cam is like allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Cam. Because Cameron Brink at Stanford is not the Cam Brink that we get in the WNBA. At least not me. And I might not have watched enough Cam. But Cameron Brink, like I said, coming in, I was like, number 2 for what? For who? Why? For who? Right. For where? What? Over who?
For who? Shut your mouth. Look.
Yeah, I mean, listen, she made me have to walk that back. Like Cameron Brink, Stanford's Cameron Brink is not the LA Sparks Cam Brink. And you can see it in so many different ways, even just from the TikToks that her and Rakia are doing, crack me up. Cam and Rakia rapping and dancing together.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
here for it.
That's great. That's
I'm
great.
here for it.
That's great team bonding and teammate bonding and chemistry. I mean, you're on a mission. There's something.
Exactly.
You're on a mission. Asia, Mother Wilson.
Mother.
Las Vegas Aces. She's in the 3 spot for blocks per game for season leaders at 2.6. Get that. Natasha Mack. Mad flavor in your ear. Phoenix Suns. 2.2 blocks per. Elena Smith. You've seen a lot of Minnesota. That means there's a lot of team ball. People are playing. You notice it's in different areas of focus. Fam, pay attention to that. So when you're seeing Minnesota, we call sprinkled all over the stat leaderboards, that means you having a well-balanced meal, a well-balanced team.
Exactly.
At the 5th spot, Elena Smith with almost 2. So she's almost tied for that 4th spot. She's almost at 2. I get confused. I don't know how the hell they come up with 1.9 something instead of 2, but fill me in. I'll go back and study it some more. I need to see that formula, how they come up with that. That's it. Steals. Go back.
They said they're not doing no rounding, coach.
Yeah,
steals. They don't care if it's over 5 or nothing. It's that.
Steals per game. Steals per game. Enrique from Dallas Wings, 3.1. They need to get a win and get their wings back. Ryan Howard, she's a baller. She's a hooper. She's a star. Okay, you might take your ball and go home after you finish playing with her. She has 2.5 steals per game. She's in 2nd spot. 3rd spot is Nafisha Collier from Minnesota. She has 2 steals per game. Brianna Stewart, Stewie from the Liberty, almost 2 steals per game. And Angel Reese from Sky, almost 2 steals per game. And almost at 2 steals per game. And here we go, field goal percentage. NECA from Seattle, 59.2. Brianna Jones, 59. Okay. You go back here. Brianna Jones at 59. Number 3 is McCowan. 4th spot. Can you help me out? That thing blocking for me. I need your help. The 4th.
Yeah. So I got McCowan from Dallas at 56.9. We on field goal, right?
Yeah. The 4th.
Jonquil Jones, New York Liberty, 56.7. I think that's the. And then Derek Hamby, LA Sparks, 54.1 with the field goal percentage. That rounds out field goal percentage. Quick question.
Yes. We go back.
Yeah, I wanted to take a look real quick. So Angel is the only rookie listed more than once on this list. Is that correct?
Correct. And several.
Because I've been calling Angel Roy. I was just wondering. Double checking on that. Yeah, I was just wondering about that. Let's see what's going on here in this chat. Mother is killing the league. Killing the league, y'all.
Ashley, what's good? Fantastic Friday.
PowerPoint presentation. We get an audio visual connection. You see, we switch it up. We do different stuff on across this platform. Blooming as a superstar within the league in front of our eyes. J.O. is having a great start to the season. Can't say enough about what J.O. got going on right now. I mean, given 40 minutes, playing through illness. Her name has to be in that conversation for MVP right now. I mean, you got to have her up there. And I'm afraid that her and Asia may cancel each other out on the same team a little bit.
I think when you have a young team, is learning how to balance that out. But sometimes when I say immaturity in the way of you're at, where you're immature in the way of you're young, not as in a negative way. But when you want to win, you have 2 winners. I think you figure out, and then I think you have a good coach that will help you figure that out. I have confidence in Teaspoon that she will help and give them the tools to figure that out. And then if not, you just what do you call? We review that at the end of the season, business terms, and see what direction we need to go.
Oh, absolutely. So Anything shock you about the standings, where people are at as far as like league leaders, anything like that? Anything shocking?
Not shockers. I have to go back to what you brought up. Angel Reese is the only rookie that's in several season leader stats. This is not for the week. This is for as of all the season is how many games are played as of this week. That's your season leader board. Top five. And she's in the top five. Not
that's somewhere on that list. Top five.
Yeah,
That's what
top five.
Because I've been calling her Angel Roy.
Yeah.
So for me, that just further proves my point about how her game is transitioning, how she's been able to gain respect coming into this league, how she came in just wanting to work, and how her work is showing up in these games. Now they're not all wins, but
right.
I'm happy to talk to anybody about these games. Dana Evans played different in a few of these games. Camila Cardoso available for a few more of these games. Chicago could have easily won 4 or 5 more games this season already. And just looking to see where they're going to go. Me and Coach Boone, and they don't pay me the big bucks, so
not yet.
My opinion don't matter so much when it comes to coaching, but I know we having a different opinion about this Kennedy starting, but Ken need to be in the starting lineup. I'm sorry, I think that I understand that she's a spark off the bench, but I don't think that she's. I wish that she would take a look at what the spark that she could be to the rookies that are starting, and so I would rather be out to a lead and be up 6, 8, 9, and have Ken go to the bench coach,
right,
and then maybe have that dwindle down to 5 or 4, and then get her back in there, versus already being down 9, 10, 11, and then having Ken come in and try to get us back. But I've not been anybody's coach, so you coached at several different levels, Coach. Maybe you could shed some light on what some of the thinking is around why have Kennedy, why keep that spark off the bench versus having it start. But let me jump into a couple comments while you think about that one.
Okay,
Robert, what up? What's going on?
And we got some more stats too to look at, whenever you're ready. So
okay.
But
absolutely.
You go ahead. We go in the chat, and then I'll share that. I'll share what you asked. Question.
Okay. Greatness is everywhere in the league. It's up to the pushing back outsiders to recognize this. Okay.
Facts.
I agree. Okay. On my break. Hello, everyone. What's up, Keisha Posey? Yeah. So yeah, Coach. Bring the stats back up. You could go ahead and let me know what you think about that question. What makes the difference?
We'll deal with the question first. Here's the thing. I feel you're in a catch-22 because now you have. You don't have all hands on deck. You have E. Will is out indefinitely. And so now, yes, you can bring Kennedy Carter in, but then you do need to bench. Here's the thing that Teaspoon believes in playing the bench because it takes more than – she goes about, what, 8 deep, maybe 9
Easy.
sometimes, depending on the opponent. And I think that's necessary in – what you call this is really a consolidated season, right? Compared to NBA, NBA may have a back-to-back rest or whatever. They may play 2 games back-to-back, then they're off, and then they play again in the weekend. This is kind of you're jammed every week because of TV schedule and everything else. But let's go back to the X's and O's, right? So can you get a Camilla healthy when she gets cleared off the restriction minutes? That plays a difference. You really don't have a true identity at the point guard position. So you're trying to balance that out. And so some coaches play, if I can stay within striking distance, then I bring in my heavy hitter, another one, then we can get it done. But there's got to be a point where, okay, it's not working. So we need to try something different. So basically what you do is just manage the minutes. You may flip-flop a starter with Kennedy and manage the minutes differently. And sometimes that lights a fire. The person that has been started, don't start Dana Evans. Light a fire under her. See if she gets pissed about it and plays better. Sometimes you got to piss some players off
Yeah, but can we piss Dana off though? Like, to me, Dana is just a backup. She's a backup PG in the WNBA, and that's okay because we need them. That's a job.
Well,
that's a real job in the W.
Well, in this situation, you can because you get comfortable because she's playing that all the minutes by default of your roster situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reality of it. You work,
but I think so. For me, this isn't a real reality for me. This is a dream state that Dana Evans is in right now, and she's in a dream state right now because you didn't start last year,
right?
You weren't playing starter minutes last year, so you got to live out your dream. Right. You gave it a shot. You're not ready to be a starter now. Maybe there's some more work that you want to do, and we can come back to this. But right now, I'm just not going to leave you in there by default because you've been here the longest. That doesn't work for me when you're trying to in business. Like, being here the longest doesn't get you. It don't get you anything. You got to earn. You got to earn it. I come from the. You got to earn it. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like, hey, we appreciate what you tried to do for us. We appreciate you trying to step up because it's next woman up, and you did the very best that you could do. Right. But now we figured out something else that works for us. So now I need you to go back to being who you are. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to, and when I call your name, be ready. Because that's what we're looking for. Jump into a couple of these comments, Coach, before you go back into the stats.
Gotcha.
Interesting take. I've heard yet that perhaps you bring Clark in with the second unit and let her try her hand in secondary units because the first string is tearing her up a bit. Okay. I've fallen in love with the Minnesota Lynx, and Nafisa Collier has become a superstar on my site. Oh yeah, Nafisa's balling. Sure. She's having a great season.
She's a leader for sure.
Peace and blessings to the chat. WS Judah, what's good? What's good?
And going back to that Lynx comment, remember I mentioned earlier when we was talking stats, is that you notice how a few of the Lynx are spread out all the different top 5 of the seasonal stat leading boards right now. So that the well balanced. It's not just Nafisa Collins, a few other players that sprinkled in there because people are staying in their lanes and focusing on their main thing, on their assignment. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to be focused on that one. That's what you do well, right? Or do great. Do some things well, and you got that one thing you do great. However you want to phrase it. Here we go. We got 3-pointers made so far. The most 3-pointers made.
And I do agree. Dana seems out of sort for sure.
Yes, yes. That's why I say you got bring her off the bench so she can see the game. I don't think she's a bad player at all. I think she's just
not a starting point guard.
She's reliable. And sometimes it's hard. It's sometimes hard to detach reliable from the production that you need to be successful. So some coaches appreciate the reliability. And then also what we don't see and what we don't know is the efforts in practice. That's what coaching staffs have to look at.
Oh yeah, most of their assessment is definitely coming off what's going on in practice.
Right.
How are you practicing?
So you got number 1, Caitlin McBride has made 45 3-pointers as of this week. Caitlin Clark 37. There's 2 and DT Fo home to round the Phoenix Mercury at 37, tied with Caitlin Clark. I think DT is gonna come for her. Kalia Copper, Big Foe Senior, 36. Big Foe Senior, 36. Kelsey Plum. You know what?
Millionaire.
This is deceptive because it doesn't look like she's getting that off. You got to be honest. It doesn't look like she's getting that off. She's a little bit of distracted and struggling because she doesn't look like she's in the groove yet. So this is a deceptive 35.
So, and for me, I'm going to say, I'm not even going to say this is deceptive. I'm going to say it's a front runner 35.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like she was knocking down threes way earlier in the season, and now it's to tighten up a little bit. And KP out of sorts, like I said, red light, green light, mother may I. Don't you shoot that thing unless you ask mother. Mother may I, before you let that thing go again, KP. I need you to step in. I need 5 2s before we shoot a 3.
Okay, we 3-point percentage here is as of 51.7. McBride from Minnesota, Elena Smith from Minnesota, 48.6%. Stephanie Dawson, that she is a UConn Husky. She's at the Mystics. Got their number one win, 48%. Derica Hamby is at 48%. Asia Wilson is at 46%. So when you look at 3-point percentage, fam, it's looking at the efficiency out of how many of you've taken, and that's your percentage. So it's not how many of you attempted. It's how many of you made versus how many you've taken. So there may be some people that made more 3-pointers. You're not going to see the percentage because they shot a lot more. So their percentage may be going to be lower when you're taking a lot of the clip.
But it also, I think this is a great one. This is a great one to show because it shows the work that Kayla McBride really is doing.
Right.
Like she's made the most and she's shooting the best percentage. Like everybody else, you made the most, but you ain't shooting them at that good a clip. And my bigs that shooting it at a good clip, y'all not shooting them that often. So definitely shows that is a great illustration of the work Kayla McBride is putting in over there in Minnesota. And nobody talking about Kayla McBride. Kayla McBride, and I know people was like Enrique, and I was one of them that saying Enrique got snubbed. Kayla McBride might should have been on that USA Olympic team too.
You mind taking this last one because I want to chime in. I got a block here on the bottom. So you mind taking that last one for fantasy points, though?
Yeah, fantasy points per game. And then let me make sure I get this thing out of here. Let me see. Fantasy points per game. So we got Asia Wilson from the Aces, 52.5 fantasy points per game. Enrique Agumawale, 45.7. Nafisa Collier, 43.6. Derica Hamby, 39.3. And Brianna Stewart, Stewie, rounding that thing off with 38.5 fantasy points per game.
Yeah, don't ignore the fantasy points. So with the fantasy points are telling us in the top 5, these are the people's favorites based off of what they do on the court.
Yeah, great. That's a great call out. This
so
is how
just
you
don't ignore this. Oh, it's just fantasy points. The people have spoken.
Absolutely. Okay. You can see that it's Asia, Enrique, Nafisa, Derica, and Brianna, Stewie. I never really, I rarely say Brianna Stewart. So Stewie, Hamby, Collier, Agumbawale, and Mother, fantasy points per game, top 5.
They the top 5. And so what people are saying, they can count on their production. They are the top of the cream of the crop right now. So that's why I think fantasy point important, because if you unpack that, it's making a statement, a hell of a statement.
All right, let's take a look at some of these comments real quick.
Okay.
Smooth G, appreciate you coming in to support the platform. Thank you, fam. Peace, love, happiness. Happy Friday. Links have a superstar in feed, but play unselfish basketball. Huge Atlanta Smith fan. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. They play a lot. They just play basketball. Free agent after the season. Interested to know what this guy do with that, because guards like Erica Wheeler, who's willing to come off the bench, is available after this season. Don't want no parts of Erica Wheeler. Don't want no parts of we don't. Yeah, no. I don't think we want to bring Erica Wheeler into this situation. No.
She's struggling with the lean right now. She got lean,
and I don't know. You know what? Maybe she would do better. Maybe she would do better with a different coach. So that may be something to think about. Eagles Brother 92. Dana, free agent. If we can get something for her, let's get something for her. If not, we appreciate your service. Thank you. We appreciate your time here at the Sky.
What do you say? Thank you. Don't come again.
Maybe she's doing multiple things at once. Is she cross-training, teaching Kennedy composure and decision-making, and Dana, Marina, and Lindsay to create their own shot and interior passing? Maybe Kylie Black, but we're doing this at the detriment of winning basketball games right now. And so I would rather see that stuff take place in practice, and let's get to the wins, because some of the stuff that she's doing could be the difference between being in the 8th and 9th spot for us. Because it's getting ready to tighten up.
Sometimes the coach takes the approach they need to feel this early, and then they feel it'll bring them success in the back end of the season. So feel it as a team and understand how integral and important you play all those great Khalil, great points. So I'm not saying that's what she's doing. I'm just saying sometimes say I'm gonna take the loss up front because it's gonna be greater gains, because they believe in their team and they don't think they're gonna stay in that slump or stay in that, because the thing is, at the end of the day, you rather depend on your players knowing how to finish the game than the coach always guiding you through how to finish the game.
Oh, absolutely.
So
RC say I'm working on Sports Center. Oh no, I got just the breaking news back there. Got the breaking news back there.
Hey, RC, why you always in the car with the shorts, man? Doing the video shorts. He always in the car, the steering wheel, always.
It's always steering wheel for RC. You got to mix it up, RC. You gotta branch out. We need backgrounds.
Come on, man. Backyard, be on the grill or something, man. Something, man.
It ain't much I can do but change my head, my background for this thing till I'm full fledged out here. Aaliyah Boston handled her business last night. She showed you why she is the rookie of the year.
Here, I mean,
let Dana leave and find or draft a good point guard. Yes, bring in Henny. Hey, Emily Jones was good. I agree. They have to find their point guard of the future. They can even go after Jalen Sherrod, who I think will fit that team very well. Has a bright future. Plays defense too. Eagles brother 92. I don't like Erica Wheeler gang. Yeah, me either, Robert. That's why I say, hey, yeah, we don't Erica. There's a place for Erica someplace.
Yeah, her game
is that.
Her game is spotty. That's what it is. Yeah,
absolutely. Finally heard you last night.
Says her game is like a box. Look, her game is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. No, I'm saying
it's like a box of chocolates. You know. My goodness.
Feed AB, yeah. You stretch the game.
Hey, what y'all doing? Getting a parlay ready? No, my Brian. We wish we knew how to get a parlay ready, man. What kind of?
They love it. They love it, Brian.
We just talking stats. It's the midday chat. The CC show. We here with the T. Let's go. Coach, you got some more stats for us, I believe, right?
This is right here. What we got up right here, fam. Sass with the best. Twicka, a dream. I can't get that out of my head, y'all. Sorry. Wait, one more time, y'all. Hey.
The shoulder dip. It took you back. That shoulder dip take you back. Coach got a hit.
Season leaders for the team as a team. Total team leaders. Points per game. Number 1, Las Vegas Aces average 87.3 points per game. Minnesota Lynx averaging 86.7. In the 3 spot, New York Liberty 85.8 per game. Seattle Storm 83.5 per game. Dallas Wings, you're scoring 82, but you have a losing record. Come on, Wings. Rebounds per game. Seattle Storm leads with 37.7. That makes sense because they have a winning record. So I guarantee you, I haven't checked the stats on it. I guarantee you they have more defensive rebounds than offensive rebounds. Okay, Dallas Wings, 36.5. If I was a betting coach, the Wings have more offensive rebounds because they lose an offensive record. So they giving teams too many second chance points. So New York Liberty, 36.5, a tie for the 2 spot, but they have a winning record. So that's balanced for them because their foot speed is suspect. They don't have foot speed. They play smart. Okay. Chicago Sky, 35.7, thanks to Miller coming back and Reese. And who do you think the other post was effective on the Rubies that comes in sometime? What they say? What's the light?
I'm sure E-Dub was helpful.
E-Dub, yeah, E-Dub. But wasn't there? Remember when they used to say light skin did it, not light skin?
Hey, listen, I grew up in that era. Michael Jordan killed light skin off.
Right.
Killed it off by a single man. He put DeBarge out of business. He put Stoney Jackson out of business. He put all the light skins out of business. Then Stephen Clay popped up, and they was back. They was back like they never left. Anthony Edwards looked like he got something to say about that. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Right.
Let's go, Coach.
Ant-Man. 4. In the 4th spot for rebounds, 35.7, almost at 36. Sky, Las Vegas Aces at 35 rebounds per game.
What does that tell you about the Las Vegas Aces?
They're a top team. They're competitive.
But you were saying some of them other ones that tell you that they get more offensive, more defensive because they winning, they losing. What would you say about the Las Vegas Aces?
If they're in the 5 spot with their record, then it's probably balanced.
Okay.
Both sides.
But because we up and down,
right?
Would you say we kind of hit or miss on both sides? Like we not really keyed in on either side? Okay.
Yes. Like so the game. So here's the thing is, the game. You had several games, some close ones. I think that's 50-50. But there was a game where just let it slip away. It's you probably not going to have many defensive rebounds, even if Asia can't get everything.
Oh yeah, as my homegirl say, sometimes you, sometimes me. It's sometimes you, sometimes me kind of stat.
Right. Assists per game, Minnesota Lynx. I am not surprised by this, about how they're playing. You would think way Connecticut is playing and not, but that's not the case. They're not in the top 5 right now. New York Liberty at 22 assists. Mystics at 20. I can see that even though they lose a record because they share the ball well if you watch them. Dallas Wings at 19. I'm shocked because the ball's in Enrique's hand most of the time. I'm shocked. They're tied at the 4th spot with Phoenix Mercury at 19 at almost 20. Did you see anything here that surprised you or was an interesting take?
The Washington Mystics not as bad as team people think.
No, because
that's what 3rd in assists tell me they're not as bad as the team as people think. And so I just wonder, like, is Deladon at the crib? Like, is she healthy enough to be like, maybe I should come play with these ladies? Or is Washington willing to say, hey, we look pretty damn good without Deladon, and I know we only got 1 win, but we're in these games. We're figuring some stuff out. Will this push them to make a difference? Because third in assists per game, to me, says that they move the ball really well, and that they have multiple scorers. To me, is what that would say to me. And listen, they don't pay me the big bucks to be no coach, so I don't know. But, for me, it says that they're moving the ball really well, and it's just something missing. And I don't know if it's they don't know how to finish the game. If they don't just know how to close these things out. But is it motivating Deladon at all, or is Washington saying, hey, we really may be okay without Deladon, and let's see what we can get for it.
I mean, one, with Washington, do they have a consistent anyone they can call a floor general? 2, it looks like the coach is willing to try something different because whatever he was doing before wasn't that offense. The thing is you have to play the offense that fits the talent that you have right now. I think you and I talked about that in a different conversation. You can't force feed an offense with the talent that can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is important to have a coaching staff that's more diverse than the head coach. So they bring different things. So a coaching staff is so important to a head coach, as a head coach is important to the staff because you help strengthen each other in areas and make a very good formula. So the thing is, if offense is not your thing, give it to one of your assistants and let them do what they need to do.
Okay,
and that's okay because that's how you run it. That's how a team runs. So I don't want to go off on that tangent, but sometimes when you watch it, it's like, okay, that's not your wheelhouse. Find somebody, dig into the talent of your staff and let them do what they do.
Yeah, you got to let people do what they're good at. Let's jump into some of these comments here. Ezzy has been a rebounding machine for my Storm. Nneka and Lloyd have been quality rebounders as well.
For sure.
I need this too. Thank you. Do you do MLB stats too? Great stats, Coach Assess. Saw you live and had to pull up on Auntie Naomi Osaka. Killed your parlay. Think the Mystics will beat the Sky. Okay, interesting. I don't do MLB only because I didn't know that the fam like MLB. I got friends that are baseball junkies. I would love to do some baseball stuff.
Okay, I could do MLB stat. We'll look at that. I'll talk with Seth. We'll put a pin on it.
Yeah. Do you think Derek Kahambi will make the All-Star team and be the most improved player this year? I don't know if she's going to be the most improved player this year.
If she keeps playing the way she does, I think she deserves an opportunity, earns it. I think the thing is,
I think she's an all-star. I just don't know if she's most improved this year.
Right.
I think it's going to depend on how much they win because I think Dejanay Carrington is going to have something to say about most improved this year.
Exactly.
So
pass the Dejanay, okay?
Yeah, pass the Dejanay. We're going to find out. Mystics can't finish the game. Okay.
Facts, Miss D. Facts.
Courtney Williams is a legit point guard, good distributor. Oh, yeah, court balls.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Showing great process. Seems like they're going to be a very good team. I agree. Christopher Williams, and I'll be sure. The CC show, like the CC show, as in a show dedicated to talk about Caitlin Clark. That's what they would think. And then they get these 2 C's.
You get these. Wait a minute, what is this?
That's what they think. And then they click it on, and it's these 2 C's.
Wait a
Mystics just need to
minute.
stay healthy. Absolutely. Staying healthy will go a long way for the Mystics as well. Can't close. She's still coming back from pregnancy. Might need another 6 months or so. I don't know. Naomi Osaka's
She
always, to
different.
me, always been up and down.
Yeah, she different,
Harrington
man.
is most improved player this year. I think so too.
Yeah, pass the Dijonay. Pass
That's
the
the
Dijonay.
DJ.
All right, I got one more T, then we on to the next. No, I got two more T's, actually.
Yeah. Come on, go.
Precipitate. Blocks per game. Season leaders season team leaders as of this week. Seattle Storm at 6.4. Dallas Wings at 5.9. Minnesota Lynx at 5.8. The Phoenix Mercury at 5.2. Las Vegas Aces. Fam, there go that team again at 4.6. You can't count them out. Here it gets interesting. Losing record team, steals per game. Chicago Sky, number 1, 9.8, almost at 10. Minnesota Lynx, 9.7. Third spot, Seattle Storm, 9.5. Connecticut Sun at 8.4. I get excited. Got to wipe my mouth. Excuse me. Connecticut Sun, 8.4. Atlanta Dream at 8.1. Field goal percentage as a team, total as a team for the season. Minnesota Lynx 46.2. New York Liberty 45.2. Dallas Wings 44.3. Yeah, man, speaking of wings, I don't eat chicken anymore, but I used to do the lemon pepper and the Louisiana habanero. How y'all like y'all wings? Connecticut Sun at 44 and Seattle Storm at 43.2.
I'm over the lemon pepper. I'm gonna say that. I'm over the lemon pepper.
Garlic parmesan. Anything stick out to you that surprised or shocked you in these areas? Fam and Sess and Fam, put in the chat if you're surprised at some of these stats as of this week. These are season leaders for the whole season as a team as of this week.
I think Seattle leading in blocks is shocking for me a little bit, but I get it. Chicago Sky, like I said, Angel had back-to-back 5 steal games, active hands. Nothing really surprises me though. Nothing really surprises me. The consistency of Seattle Storm being somewhere in the top 5 and a lot of these things on defense says a lot about how they're able to put their wins together, though, I think.
Right, exactly. You find the narrative in the stats. The stats give you a storyline.
Oh yeah, and to me, Seattle being having the most blocks just speaks to their athleticism. I would say that too.
All right.
Let's see. Let's see what we got in this chat here.
Yeah.
The Mystics just need to stay healthy. Yep. Where were you, Ghost? When I did my parlay blind this morning, I didn't know she had a child. Chocolate City. What's up, Harold Williams?
What's up, Harold Williams?
The battle of the bigs last night. Griner versus Wilson.
Kindle.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, Asia is Asia.
Yeah,
Seattle's not the tallest team, has the most blocks. What do we chalk it up to? Athleticism and sheer will, tenacity for me.
You said rebounding? Rebounding is a science. Positioning.
No. Blocks. Close blocks. Great timing.
Oh, that's positioning. And then some of that will be weak side blocks. If you watch it, you go back. Coming from weak side help.
Yeah.
Sprinting over.
The Mystics play as a team. This guy does not. The Mystics beat an undefeated team. The confidence is still there, and that momentum will work in their favor. That's why we watch. Lemon pepper overrated.
Okay, Donovan.
I'm over it. Like sometimes I'm like, look, I don't want none of that. I just want a good plain chicken wing. I don't want no lemon pepper. I don't want no garlic parmesan. I don't want none of that.
You just want a naked wing.
Hey, let me get some chicken. All that extra stuff, I don't know. Have anyone picked up AD Durr? She was with the Atlanta Dream last year. I really liked her game. Not that I know, Robert.
I did not see anything in the transactions this week, Robert.
How much of those guy steals are team steals? Not sure, Ghost. I got the best I got for you is Angel had 2 back-to-back 5-game steals.
Well, Angel was in the top 5 for steals as an individual leader. So
I'm surprised with New York in top of assists. Okay, you don't see them passing it that much. Okay.
Well, it's just the rule to it. What is recorded as assist? So you pat, when you make that second, third pass and they shoot that's an assist. So it's just based on the rule, the WNBA rule, how it counts as assist.
Mm-hmm. Good call out. I think Seattle plays a lot of team defense like Horston and Diggins Smith, both average about a block a game in their guards. Courtney Williams from the Lynx will be a candidate for most improved. I could see that too.
Hey, good call out. I like that. That's a good nomination. Courtney Williams.
No, there has not been picked up. Osborne for UCLA is back on the end of season contract with the Mercury. Would have picked up Henny.
Good point.
She's putting her back into form. Should have a deep run at the U.S. Open this year. I don't know. She's so inconsistent to me. Tennessee hot.
Harold Williams like Tennessee hot.
Reset for the defensive player of the year, maybe.
That's what it's looking like. It's the way if she keeps that pace, that's the way they can justify a mediocre rookie of the year award. Here we go. We got these last ones here. You ready? You ready, Seth? With the
yeah, for sure.
Fam, you ready? Teaspoon needs to get Joe Mazzulla to work on their spacing and picking mismatches to attack. I can do well. That comes with players seeing the game. It's a read to that. So you teach that and you grow into that. And overall, the Sky team is not at that maturity as a whole. You still have a fairly young team. You have some people that played some time in the WNBA, but that's what you call a read. That's a read. Getting you in the pick and roll, getting a read, and you're reading, making a read, and getting to the mismatch. And really what you want to do when you get in pick and roll action, the screen action, you want to get the post and the mismatch in the post and attack the basket. That's really where you want to exploit your mismatches in the post. So you can force your opposing team and make them adjust to do something different defensively. But everyone coaches differently, and they got things they're working on. Here we go. 3 pointers made as a team. Minnesota Lynx, 132. That's a lot of the clip already, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
125 made. Phoenix Mercury in 3 spot. Washington Mystics at 121. Liberty, 120. Fever, dance, fever, dance. Okay, 118. Danny Terrio. Remember that? Eddie Murphy. Push Danny Terrio. Yeah, Minnesota Lynx.
Oh, man, cool. You on the road today, Coach Coleman?
Hey, you punch Danny Terrio on the
face. Oh, my goodness.
Eddie, I'll punch him out. You got to live like Jimmy Walker. You got to fight with Danny Terrio. Okay, you got 3-point percentage. Minnesota Lynx, 41.8. Washington Mystics, 35.1. Las Vegas in the 3 spot, 34.6. This is a percentage, 3-point percentage as a team. So far as of this week, as season leaders, tied at the 4 spot, Dream at 33. They just played each other last night, 33.5, and Fever, 30.5. Neither team shot that hot yesterday either from the 3-point line. So you have some streaks. Last but not the free throws is what helps you get on defense and free throws.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Free throw percentage. Las Vegas Aces, 85.4. New York Liberty, 84.8. Dallas, Wizzo Wings, Enrique Wings, right? Did you just call it Dallas Enrique's?
The Enrique's.
84.6. Seattle Storm at 81. And Atlanta Dream is in the 5th spot for free throw percentage at 80. So, all the effective free throw shooting teams are in the 80 percentile, if you know that, 80s and up. Mm-hmm. So that sends a message. Anything stick out to you, Seth? Stand out to you?
You can see that the Minnesota Lynx shooting that 3-ball really, really good right now. That's helping them win some games. Surprised that I thought that Minnesota would have been in the free throw percentage. I thought they would have been top 5 free throw percentage as well for how well they're playing. So that's kind of shocking. But With the free throw percentage, I think you see like Las Vegas and New York, champion and runner up of last year. Free throws make the difference. You got to get them pennies in when they give them to you. So, other than that, yeah, nothing really standing out. Really standing out to me. Washington can shoot themselves back into this season with the way they're shooting the 3-ball right now.
Yeah. You're in the top 5. That's impressive. So that means they're very efficient and have good shot selections. Really, that's what it says. If you have a 3-point percentage like that, you're in the top 5. It means you have fairly good shot selection from the outside too. You're taking smart shots. There's a difference, fam. Smart shots and just taking shots.
Exactly. Did you want to jump into your last one before we go in the comments? You want to go in comments?
Did you want to catch it up on the chat or what? Or?
Yeah, we can jump in the comments. Do you think Camilla's shoulder setbacks having an effect on her shot around the basket? I don't know that it's the setback as much as I think that she's playing with a brace on and she's getting used to playing with a brace. So I think that may be affecting her shot more than just the actual setback. I think more so. I'm thinking more about the brace there. Should assists be shared on a swing pass?
No, it was already answered. It's got to be according to the rules, it has to be the last pass, that pass, the catch, and whoever scores off that initial pass. That's an assist.
That's why Minnesota's getting these wins. They have a team full of 3-point threats from 1 to 5, so other teams get mismatched on the bigs. That's a great call out. It's the Dallas Enrique now.
That's right. That
Enrique now. Let's see. Debated that last night. Got to say no. Final pass require more skill, in my opinion. Okay. That's in August. She may not be ready then.
Right.
Are the Sun overrated?
No, you don't have to be in the top 5 to be successful. That means they do everything efficiently and effectively as a team. So
they don't do any one thing really a whole lot better than anything else.
Right. So
they just win.
Right. So it's
the Dallas Enrique jersey. This guy's out again for the Mystics. Injured foot. That hurts them. Sykes hurt.
That's gonna be tough.
The inconsistency of being able to have Sykes in that lineup hurts them. I agree. If you had to rank the top 5 teams so far this season, who would they be?
Top 5? We just go by record. Is that what you mean, Kendall? Is that what you mean, like the record or what category? So I understand what you're asking.
Would I say that Connecticut, New York, Minnesota, Seattle, and Las Vegas are my top 5 teams? No, I probably wouldn't.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't.
You know me, I'm just a person. I just go by the win-loss record. You know what I mean? The game doesn't lie.
I mean, I guess to a certain extent. I just think
top 5 is what you just called right now. Top 5 in the overall league total. We're not talking about Conference East. Is Connecticut, Liberty. Connecticut's at 11-1.
Connecticut, Liberty, Minnesota, Seattle, Las Vegas.
Yep, Liberty's at 11-2. Minnesota's at 9-3. Seattle's at 9-4. And Las Vegas is 6-5. After Las Vegas, just losing records.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily know that I would say that these records are actually reflective of who they are as a team all the time.
Okay.
But I'm not a person. I don't do a lot of stuff based on stats because to me that makes sports conversation boring. I'm not watching for stats. Like you watching for what does it do for you? Like what it gets out of you. So yeah, a lot of my stuff ain't based on stats. It would be boring. Everybody would have the same conversation. Let's see. Right. Sun, Aces, Liberty, Storm, Mercury.
I mean, the Sun is like, they like a box of Skittles too, man. You don't know which flavor gonna come out the box first. And
then who did the Sun lose to?
Vegas, right?
Nah, we didn't get him that ill. Who gave Connecticut the ill?
Oh, you talking about Liberty, right? Liberty got him back, right? Wasn't that the Liberty?
It might have been. I don't remember. I had to go
I
back
thought
and
it was
look.
New York, if I remember quickly off the top of my head.
She gave us the match of the year at FO a week ago against WTA. But Clay is he gets surface. Naomi prefers it hard. Depends on the draw. But I got her in the quarters at least. Record. Sorry about the tennis crosstalk. You good? We talk sports over here. 5 best teams don't have to be a record.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. Thank
My
you.
5 teams that I will be watching probably. I'm throwing Chicago in there. Because I'm watching them. Yeah, and then I know Connecticut is probably the best team, but I'm not watching them. So like my 5 teams that I would be like, yo, I'm coming to watch. That would be who I would consider like my 5 best teams. I know Connecticut is winning, Minnesota is winning, but they wouldn't be in my top 5.
Gotcha.
The Dallas Ricays and 4 nobodies. Don't at me.
Don't hate you.
Shakira Austin can't stay healthy. She's a key piece to the Mystics' success.
For sure. She's that stretch. She's that multi-talent.
The Sun lost to the Mystics. The Mystics got that win.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So now if you telling me
no, it was Liberty.
The Sun lost to the Liberty?
Yeah.
Let's see.
We'll double check it. I thought.
The Mystics beat the Dream.
Okay.
So the Liberty beat the Sun. There we go. The Sun's only loss was to the Liberty.
That's right.
Lost to the Liberty. 82-75. Thank you.
I know that's right.
Not at the top of many of these statistics, but still have an impressive record. Speaks to how well coached they are. Okay.
For sure.
Liberty, not Mystics. Got you. Yeah, so for me, I never stats is good, like, but put things in perspective, but like my favorite, who my 5 is, it's for me, it's all heart over head for me with sports.
So your 5 favorite is who? Aces. Who? What's your other 4?
My 5 favorite to watch right now: Aces, Sky, the Liberty.
Okay.
I'm watching the Sparks too.
Okay.
And probably like Atlanta. Like it does, for me, my 5 favorites have nothing to do with record. Nothing to do with none of that. What I base my stuff on is way different than probably what people is doing. My 5 is who am I gonna cut the TV on? And if anything else is on, these are the ones I'm watching, it would be them. And it's more about the players and their stories than numbers. Las Vegas, Minnesota, Seattle, New York, Dallas. Okay. Storm. Now the BG is back. Is the Mercury actually better? Oh, the Mercury they better. They are a 3-headed problem. Over here, it's mainly because it's talk by default, not by force. Talk about all sports. Oh yeah, we talk over here. Kansas Basketball Academy Foundation.
I was just plug. That's the plug.
That's the plug. Yeah, make sure y'all following over there. Liberty versus Aces. Who you with Saturday?
Coach, do bet too.
The Aces. I'm an Aces fan. I'm going with the Aces.
Yeah.
Coach, do you bet too?
I'm good, player. I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
Eyeball test for you. Yeah, Smooth G. It's just, it's the fun of it for me.
My time. I'm gonna go back to
why is nobody in the media talking about Boston and CC still the topic of discussion even after 7.7
all I could do is that.
That's the machine. That's the machine that's behind her.
Oh man.
The machine that is behind her.
Man.
So I think you got one more, Coach. We caught up on the comments here. You want to give your last?
Yeah, here we go. According to a report from the Washington Post, the WNBA and its 12 teams are expected to lose around $15 million this year. A major reason for this, explained by FOS Margaret Fleming, is the league's ties with the NBA. While the league is funded by the NBA, almost half of its revenue goes back to the NBA, according to Fleming. So chew on that. That is one to grow. Remember that this is one to grow on.
Oh yeah. So 50 million, that's about what they put into charter flights to this year. So
you got to get your economic freedom from the NBA.
And I don't know, is that because your league has the NBA at the end of it? Maybe if you name this thing something different.
They got to be willing to make that break, but right now there's subsidized. There's some financial ties that help it operate and do what it does now for these back in the back, behind the scenes. So, we don't know all the financial infrastructure dynamics, but obviously, if they pull out now, that would be a great hit. You wouldn't have, So somebody has to have a plan within that infrastructure for a transition away from that. Would you have to have a transition plan? So we're not saying they don't, but I'm just bringing that up to say this is where you see some of the things that I feel some of the things have an impact because of this key information that we just looked at right here. Mm-hmm. So it's getting to the bag, getting in the. So basically, you're saying they're not in the black. They're gonna finish in the red.
Oh, absolutely. But what are they gonna do about that? Because
you gotta have a plan. You gotta come up with a financial plan. You gotta come up with I think you gotta come up with a 3-season plan. You gotta start with your next 3 seasons. How to transition away from that. What it is called subsidized. You're being subsidized by the NBA. That's what they call it, subsidized funding. And so, so if they don't have one, they need to come up with a 3-year phasing out from that plan. And do you keep the name or do you change it? How does that work? Can you stand on your own? Within 3 years or 5 years, or maybe it takes 5 years. Get away from massa.
Hey, yeah. Let's jump into these comments. See what they got. Great platform. Drop the link in the chat so I can follow your page, Coach. Put the link to your page up there if you can, Coach. NBA gave WNBA about $75 million. I know some other family members talk about parlays. I just don't know. No disrespect. I forget. Some people actually have an addiction, so I don't want to be triggering. All good. My brain lives. All good. The new TV deal is needed to balance the books. Well, they gonna do that next year, ain't they? That's why the NBA is funding the WNBA. That explains their salaries. I don't know if it's funding the entire W. Some of these teams are outright owned by other.
Yeah, it's not the entire WNBA.
So like the Las Vegas Aces, I don't know that they have any NBA money. Need to make $100 million in profits.
Basically, yeah. I mean, to get in the black, to get out of the red, that's correct. So you make 100 and then you cover that 50 and then you'll make 50 million.
For these people who disrespect the best women's basketball players in the world for the past 20 years, this is as good as it gets as far as women's basketball goes. See some great basketball over here for sure. Definitely see some great basketball.
It's getting more better, Khalil Black. You know about the more better? It's getting more better.
Yeah, it's continuing. It's continuing to grow. I mean, and those of us who've been here, we'll continue to support.
That is what I have. Appreciate you. The T, what do you got? Sets. What's the T? With the auntie.
Oh, for me, we're gonna talk. The Mercury signed 2024 draft pick Charisma Osborne. They waived Morgan Bursch. I hope I'm saying her name right. Probably not. What are you thinking about this? What does Charisma bring? What is Charisma going to bring back or add to Phoenix that they need here going into the rest of the season?
Well, she's younger than most of the roster. I'm sorry.
She is, but is she gonna be more experienced? Because I know people are like Diana's old, but I just saw Diana have two 7 3-point
Charisma to me games, right? Is a potential another stretch player. She can do more than one thing well, and so you need that. You need that and some fresh legs and a spark. I think you're going to see you used more once they kind of get her acclimated to the system or whatever. Because they're going to need that down the stretch. They're going to need those legs. Um, she's going to be active. She's going to
So I
bring
guess
some.
for me, why cut her? That's the part that I don't get. Like you drafted her, you had her in there, you sent her
Well,
away, then you brought her back. Didn't you
sometimes
want her developing all of this time?
I think sometimes we could say hypothetically we don't know, but when we look at it as a business, was it for the books? Was it to make the numbers make sense? It's
Well,
not
yeah,
just
because that's a great point. Because there's a hard cap here. Like you can't go over it. You can't pay a luxury
right.
tax.
So
Depending on what your players make, some teams actually have to only have 11 to be able to stay within the salary cap. So
to bring
that's a
her,
good call out.
yeah, to bring her back, I think there's something that they appreciate or value that she brought to training camp and that she brought to preseason. So when it comes to professional sports, there's that financial loophole or how they work. This it's a tight, as you already stated, it's a tighter rope financially. This is not NFL money. This is not NBA money. Well, hell, Major League Soccer got better salary cap than the damn WNBA. I mean, let's be honest. Right?
Well, but I also think for the WNBA, their approach was that they didn't want some of the larger, or more financially sound organizations to be able to build out better organizations than the overall average organization in the league, right? So, which I get to a certain extent, but I also think like, hey, if I'm the W and I got owners that are willing to go over the cap, I'm taxing them for sure. My luxury tax will look crazy, but I would take that money and funnel that back into the smaller market organizations to help them also be able to compete. So it kind of be like, okay, go ahead and do what you do, but I'm going to set aside this money to allow for some of these other smaller organizations to be able to compete in some of these negotiations, and how they go after some of these big name players. So for me, I think it could work. I think they're limiting themselves in a way that's stunting the growth of the league right now, though.
Right.
um,
Yeah.
by not allowing teams to expand as they wish.
And I think that goes back to you sticking to a business module that's not tailor made for the growth of women's sports. It's as apples and oranges we can get into. So here's the thing: in business, something that worked financially for NBA necessarily is not going to work for WNBA because it's different market, different audience, different target. It takes different effort, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're in the 21st century. Okay, it's 2024. Okay, utilize it. I see some great things in the chat there, though. But for as far as Osborne, I think she's a great player. She's a great asset. Again, I don't know. They just try to make it work to work it. We'll see if they use it. I think they'll be using her. Who can't use fresh leg? And she has a good basketball IQ. She does.
And I don't know if I don't know if she played last night. Now they did waive her originally. I just saw to bring Liz Dixon in, who's also on their roster.
Which one was that again, Seth?
Liz Dixon, forward Liz Dixon out of Louisville.
Louisville.
They waived Charisma to bring Liz in, and Liz is still there. And now they waived Birch to bring Charisma back.
I think you got to look at your future and what you feel she fits in right now. So it's when somebody does that, they go back and look, and then players speak. Here's the thing: this is not college and high school where even great college programs are going to ask for the feedback of the players. So I do believe in well-ran franchises in the professional league, they're going to take the feedback from those players and the starters. It's it may not always go the way the players like, but it will have an impact on the decision making. So if you have GMs and coaches that work with, right, they don't work for the mentality of work with you work with them, then they're going to take that input and try to make the best decision that works for the chemistry that you have right now, or will be best for the chemistry you have moving forward. So again, I think there's so many things that come into play when you make a decision. You thought something wasn't going to work, and then it took a turn. Like Liz Dixon. No, she's not a bad player, but was it working out in the locker room? Was it working out in practice? Was it was she being a great great scout team player and things like that? So and again, I think waiving somebody is not all. I think what fans and our fam have to understand, and most of you already understand and know, when some of these waves come, it's not personal. It's chess pieces in a business move.
Well, so for me, the waving is this.
It's not a reflection of their talent. It's based on other things that's beyond the court. Trust me.
Well, I mean, not only that, but I guess it doesn't really matter in the case of charisma. But in some cases, players came out of college that still had eligibility, that still had opportunity to NIL, that got drafted and then got waived. Didn't get to make rosters. So you don't want to put them in that situation. For me, if they're not ready, let them know.
Right.
I would hate for you to come out and then you can't. You gave up your eligibility and then you're not in the WNBA anymore. And I know that's the risk, but I think we could be a little bit more transparent. We don't have to draft. We don't have to spend 3 rounds drafting 36 players if only 8 of them is going to make the league.
But the thing
we don't have to do that. They went out and spent money they didn't need to spend. They're not going to make that money back in the league. They was out buying Diamonds, Coach, Red Bottoms. You understand for draft night?
You say
they're not even going to get a uniform. They're not even going to get an official uniform. They got some practice gear.
Practice jersey. They sending you home with practice. You got to turn the practice jersey in when you're done.
So, what are we doing? Let's be a little bit more transparent because they're making business decisions coming out of college. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah.
It's Florida, owner of the Aces too.
But on the other side, it's a great place. Go ahead.
I don't know if Floyd is the owner of the Aces too. I know that Tom Brady is. I know that Tom is a part owner. Tired of Stephen A. Smith acting like he wasn't part of the CC hype train. Why isn't he interviewing Lay or Juju this summer to help promote the next greats?
That's suspect. That show you the proof isn't work.
The ESPN is the engine behind this Caitlin Clark thing. He's at ESPN, so he got to do what run that engine over there. He signed up for that.
Yeah.
Vegas, Seattle, Connecticut are separated for the NBA. Don't quote me on it. Okay, Donovan, thank you. Diana Taurasi is playing like young DT, ain't she?
That means she ready to walk away. That's when they get like that.
Diana Taurasi not walking away. You seen Cadillac Records? That man couldn't turn that corner. Diana Taurasi is not gonna turn the corner out of the Phoenix Mercury parking lot. Do you hear me? She will play till it's over. I don't think DT know how to do nothing else. It could be so that nobody else can get charisma. Okay. It's good, a lot of things, but not great. Okay.
That happens too. But I feel there's a spot there where they need that production.
Okay. The UFL got better salaries?
Yes, you are correct.
Generational isn't Lay better than her right now. I don't know that I call CC generational. She's generational in the sense of her and Angel both are generational in the sense of what they've been able to bring to this league, but I don't know that I say she was a generational talent for sure.
You got generational hype and you got generational talent. Break it down.
Yeah, Lay is definitely generational. Was their original plan to get someone else? I don't know. Maybe they worked out some people. I know somebody said that they wished they picked up Henny. I'm hoping that the Sky pick up Henny. I hope that Henny, but I'm looking for Henny to get picked up. Good middle of the road guard with solid D, but nothing special, especially being a smaller guard. Sound like just what you need off the bench.
Yep.
There's a weather vane. He turns every time the wind blows in a different direction. Uh-oh. To the national media coverage of the W, and just going to tune in here and other 2 platforms because the only thing they want to grow is a culture war. Yeah, we're not here for that.
Yeah. We focus on the players there.
Amazon contract can be good for the WNBA. I think they're testing that right now. I didn't mind the game on Prime last night.
Team.
Oh, hype. Wow. Sheesh.
Oh, sheesh.
Huge message. We break it down with the best blessed says talking sports on TGI Friday, and it's not on CBS. Yes. CS Racing Report. What's going on, fam?
CS, man, appreciate you doing that dropping that knowledge on that WNBA financial.
Oh, CS got more. He got more to come. It's more to come. It's more to come. We
Appreciate that.
just warming up on fixing the broken WNBA.
I will keep tuning in, CS. Appreciate that.
Matrix might help.
Oh, I didn't say it yet. Harold Williams.
Osborne is not consistent. I'm sorry.
My girl.
Off the bench, though. I'll take that.
Talking about my girl.
I'm gonna drop a hot 100 on the KO. I just need your insight on what round.
Smooth. G.
You know what? I think the knockout is gonna take place. I was saying between 5 and 7, but right now, Smooth G, I'm leaning on 6. I think he download the first 2. He give us some excitement. 3, 4. Go to work 5 and night 6. Night 6.
Night.
It's not going the distance. Safe travels.
I believe that.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Happy Father's Day weekend to all the fathers. Exactly. Peace, love, happiness. All the fathers out there. Tell the people we have the format to expand the league properly. The list is 99% complete. That work is coming.
That's it. Appreciate you, CS.
Talent, fit, personality, work ethic, flexibility determine you'll stay on the team. Absolutely.
You got to adapt.
All those things matter. Real sponsorship. Have you guys been to any of these games at halftime? They're giving out dollar gift cards. I haven't been to games since I was a season ticket holder with the Sacramento Monarchs. So I do not live in range. I have not lived in range of a game.
That's way back a little bit.
You know if Penny is in the lab. Mondo, according to her Instagram, she in the lab.
Yeah.
She was really nice. Okay. Oh, here comes the bot. The bot said, "What are we doing? Morgan was better than Osborne." Bree, why you talk to me? I don't know what happened to Morgan. They waived her to sign Charisma.
It's about chemistry too. Sometimes Bree Way. Say Bree Way.
Hasn't benefited one penny from a pro-based Olympic team. If you go back to college with the twist of rookies in the pool with the draft coming quickly after NCAA Final Four, see Part 2.
Okay.
Must be coming.
That's a different take.
Need a contract with Prime or Peacock. Cheaper subscriptions is the goal to supply the demand. But listen, I don't know what you mean, my Brian. So here's the thing. Here's my problem with them. I think for $25, $40 at the max, the WNBA said you can have their entire league pass. That should have included the entire library of work that they have going on this season. You should be able to see any game that you want live in the WNBA app. It makes no sense to me. WNBA out here like acting like they got a champagne budget. They don't. They don't. This is a very grassroots still league, and they're letting the hype of having NBA at the end of their name get them pumped up. They need to go back and look I'm serious, where the NBA was at 28 years old. Still a lot of cocaine in the league. They was drinking beers on break. There's a lot of stuff going on still. People was getting off work at the plant.
They was eating dinner on the bench, okay?
Out the trunk, right? So they was still. I'm not sure at 28, but at some point, right around there, they were still on tape delay. You know what I'm saying? So like, we further along than the NBA in some spots, but we not in other places. And because this is a women's league, I think they have a great opportunity to go out here and really build this thing up from a grassroots perspective. But they got to want to do that. But they keep wanting to already be in the deluxe apartment in the sky. You got to move on up.
Moving on up.
Yeah, they already George didn't start there. Got to get the first store first, guys. Got to get the first store first.
Just one. Perfect it.
Okay, so that was my first piece of tea. Moving on. Please pass the Dejanay. Please pass the Dejanay like you used to. Dejanay character rips Caitlin Clark for taking on those weaponizing her name. Silence is a luxury. Let's have this conversation.
Yeah. What you got? What you wanted to start with, Seth? I'm all ears. I'm here and all ears. Let's go.
So this was what she said. This is the quote that I saw on X. I think this is X. Yeah, X. So dog. How one cannot be bothered by their name being used to justify racism, bigotry, misogyny, xenophobia, homophobia, and the intersectionalities of them all is nuts. We all see the shit. We all have a platform. We all have a voice, and they all hold weight. Silence is a luxury. That tweet came Thursday afternoon after Clark was asked a series of questions by the Athletics' Jim Trotter regarding her feelings on how some have weaponized her name. While there are plenty of healthy debates on Clark about her play, including whether she should have made the Olympics team, there are those who have been accused of using her name in cultural wars and spreading hate. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
Right now, Dejanay was. I appreciate her for standing on that, observing it, and calling it for what it is. You have sport fans, and then you have people weaponizing whiteness. So there's difference, and I say that respectfully. There's people that are fans of basketball, then there's people that are fans of this political push. It comes from the demographics from where she's from. It comes with what she looks like. And so the thing is, you need to have these dialogues and these conversations. No one's going to always agree. Right? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I can't change a person's mind about race, but I can speak and advocate what's right. But with that, and the thing is, I shouldn't be deemed as reverse racism or anything of nature. So the thing is, Dejanay, with intelligently placing like it is what it is, and then you have a player, you play with black women, black teammates, and you haven't spoken out. I mean, we're just calling what we see. It's nothing it's no receipts of you speaking up on. You have a teammate that's getting death threats. You have people, and then you watch the game. I watch the games intentionally for the Fever, and you can't assume, but you look at some of the body language of some of the players, and they don't look like they're having a good time. It's tense sometimes, So with a certain player came a following that was not sports oriented. It was racially infused.
Absolutely.
It was politically infused, right? Based on the climate and what we have. We have an election year coming up, and I'm not talking politics. I'm talking about the things that they call the intangibles.
Oh, all those things factor in. All those things factor in, even if you don't want to talk politics.
To what we're experiencing right now. I mean, that's just it.
Okay, let's see what they're saying in the chat here. Be a better team if they draft the best player in the draft. Rikia Jackson, I thought, was the best player available. I thought so too, Joseph. I'd have lost my job in Indiana because I'd have drafted her and got fired. They'd put me out. I went to the Fever post conference and they were complaining about sides, giving the ball to Boston. Fired. Complaining about giving the ball to Boston. That's crazy, Bree Wayne. They got the win. But okay.
And that's
for president. Okay. They said they are tired of that slow style of play and want CC logo threes. They don't want to win.
Bree Wayne, you got jokes. Carrington for president.
Well, Dejanay said the quiet part out loud. She knows what she is doing. She either agrees with her fans or she is silent to keep the support. Yes, they're paying for the league pass, logging in and can't watch a game because it's out of my region. Robbery.
Oh, man, that pissed me off. I'd be like three activities.
The issues keep coming to the surface because people try to ignore them. It turned into negativity. It wasn't always that way. The exception of RC, all the rest of the CC fans can start watching the College World Series. Oh,
I don't think so.
The article was written by David Dennis Jr. And he was on Around the Horn, and this is what he had to say. The problem here is, and what concerns me going forward, is the people on the fringe that do exist, that are in real life, not just internet trolls, the politicians, the pundits, and people of the like, who are using Caitlin Clark as an avatar to lash out at the people who they have disdain for, mainly the makeup of the WNBA, black women, etc. They're using her to go against Team USA. That is going to be the big tragedy here, how they are treated by those people during the summer. It seems no matter what you do or what's done to you, it becomes a topic nationally, and a lot of times it becomes divisive. I wonder from your standpoint how you feel about people using your name in whatever culture wars or whatever wars they are fighting. How do you feel about that? Her response was, it's not something I can control, so I don't put too much thought and time into thinking about things like that. To be honest, I don't see a lot of it. Like I've said, basketball is my job. Everything on the outside, I can't control that, so I'm not going to spend time thinking about that. People can talk about what they want to talk about, create conversations about whatever it is. But I think for myself, I'm just here to play basketball. I'm here to have fun. I'm trying to help our team win. I don't pay much mind to all of that, to be honest. My question, all Michael Jordan said was Republicans buy shoes too, right? Because he didn't want to get into politics. He didn't want to be in that part. Is Caitlin in that same field, in that same lane?
And you know,
with this response?
Michael Jordan caught a whole lot of feedback from the black community, one for the high price shoes and people killing for some damn Jumpmans. And you know, people killing and robbing for some Jumpmans, your own people, you know. So shout out to Stephon Marbury for making shoes affordable for kids that look up to him. Yeah, I have a grievance with it in the way America is designed and shaped. You know, it's almost expected people in these positions to use their platform to make a difference in the community. You can't change anything, but make a difference. Be an advocate. To be an advocate is to bring about awareness, right? And to provoke thought and to provoke the change. It still takes a community of people to bring the change along. So historically in black communities, your icons, your professed people in these places of high that have this high exposure is like, hey, they're going to advocate for us. So Michael Jordan in that aspect was a disappointed because he was just, I'm not going to, his money bag was married with too many other things and he didn't want to jeopardize. And that was his choice. Right?
And I disagree with that. Because when you look at Scoop Jackson did a great article on Mike. Mike's his contribution wasn't political, it was financial. And so his give back to the community was every place I go, every place I do business with, you have to have top level black executives in those positions. So he changed the culture at Nike. He changed the culture at Jordan. He gave higher ranking positions at the Charlotte Bobcats and then now the Charlotte Hornets than any other NBA team. So where he chose to make his to drive his lane wasn't where people had eyes, but that's where he felt like he could make his best, I guess his best contribution. He gave people jobs. He made them executives. He allowed them to create generational wealth. And gave them opportunities that you just don't see in a lot of these organizations. So I know people are like, oh, Michael's shoes was really expensive in it, but you gonna buy them red bottoms. Nobody is saying, Christian Louboutin, why your shoes so high? Why did his have to be cheaper? That was what supply and demand allowed for him to get. So I'm not mad at him for securing his bag. He didn't have to. You know what I mean? He didn't have to. But I almost feel like, you know, what Caitlin is saying is like, you know, whatever. I don't care. I'm here for everybody. And she's not necessarily being a role model because all she want to do is hoop. She doesn't want to stand up for anything. So I don't know. I'd probably just set it off in the chat. So let's see what everybody's saying.
Set it off to the left, y'all. Set it off.
What up? With college and fresh WNBA rookies, you get a deep talent pool who get to develop versus international talent, be it older, high school, college age players. It's a part 3 coming. Got you. That was the Madison Ave answer. Robert, where you been? Come back. Man, a lot of CC fans hell-bent on praise the savior syndrome. When I played in high school, high top Converse was the only option, telling my age for sure.
Your ankles up,
no crossing the center line. I heard that before. Shaq made his shoes affordable. LeBron started out making his shoes affordable, but then that went out the window. Shaq was the only one to play true to the culture to this day. I don't care about whether you make shoes affordable or not. That I do not care about that. Put your product out there, and if your idea is to have your product be the Maybach or whatever it is, charge Maybach prices for it because they're gonna pay them for it. You don't owe me a cheap pair of nothing because that was your work that got you there. You don't owe me a cheap pair of nothing. Now, if that's what you choose to do, they say, hey, you know what? This is what I'm going. This is where I'm going on in business. Make that decision. Shaq did that. It worked for him. Michael did that. It worked for him. They both sitting up, stacked up right now with more money than anybody on this conversation. So it can work both ways. I don't feel like just because you worked hard through high school, college, professional that when you make it, you owe anything back to the hood. You go earn yours. They print money every day. Go get it. Fan bases of underclass women and seniors, some of who made the Elite Eight, which brings better ratings for NCAA, most importantly, WNBA. Just been busy. I'm not asking her to be a social justice warrior, but it's asking her to use your voice to stop her toxic fans because of there's anyone who would listen to it to be her. I agree with that.
Great point.
Shaq too. We roasted Shaq shoes a lot. Me and people I've communicated a lot with, but shout out to Shaq for making the affordable brand shoes too. Yeah, that was that Shaq saw. He was like, that's the lane I want to be in. I'm going with that. Harvey Gantt, first African-American admitted to Clemson University and mayor of Charlotte, was running against Jesse Helms when MJ made his comments. Yeah, and MJ said, I don't know enough about Harvey or Jesse to give neither one of them my money. And I'm not interested in doing politics. So no, I'm not donating to nobody campaign. I don't know enough about either one of them to say that I want to give them my money. And that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to donate just because that's the black guy. I don't believe in that. You go with what you support. Been watching a lot of high school girls hoops. Okay, Robert. Why do we always have to make stuff affordable? We can have our luxury brands to y'all. Yeah, but y'all buy Gucci, Louis, no problem with the price tag. Big Drip, we shouting Big Drip out for the big name brands that she wears. So yeah, no. More money than all this put together. Hey, listen, they stacked up. One of them went the cheap way, one of them went the more expensive way. Both of them got their bank accounts fat though. I don't know. I'm interested. This thing is fascinating for me, Coach, to see how this thing is going to end.
I feel like the league waited too late to say something, and then I will agree with you on Adam Silver shouldn't have had anything to say. It should have came from Kathy. And so I feel like they're waiting too late. So it's just growing. That they talk about you woke the monster. This is the monster that's growing in the league. This is what the monster they're allowing to grow in the league right here. What DJNA is talking about. This cultural war. So Drake, you got to slay that dragon. That's what.
Oh, absolutely, because it's going to stunt the growth of everything else that they did. It's going to stunt the growth. 28 years of work.
And you cannot
let this thing mess it up.
And you cannot be afraid of some of the financial repercussions you might get because you're willing to slay that dragon. Or guess what? Those women who major league most of your league is made of black and brown women. They could take their ball, go home, and not play, and then you figure out your league.
That would be something. Figure out your league, or they go to another league, or they decided they all gonna play 3-on-3 for Stewie and who was that? Stewie and Nafisa's. Is that Stewie and Nafisa that got the league starting?
Joseph Knight has a good time.
Let's see. Your WNBA, I'm truly sorry that I'm not as great as you advertised. Maybe I'm leading the league in turnovers and missed 3-pointers, but I deserve to make the U.S. team. Sign CC, a.k.a. I'm not a racist. One of the realest things I've heard when playing ball in high school is every last one of you play this game for a different reason, but the one goal you should all have in common is sacrificing to win. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, y'all buy my brand when I launch it.
I know that's right.
I told you, bust out basketball bust downs by Mondo. I'm gonna buy your brand and you're gonna sponsor my channel.
Look,
this how it works.
No, you gotta say like
this how it works, Mondo. I agree they let too much fester and go under the radar, causing more problems than solutions. Absolutely.
Put respect on it. So spec on my name.
You go, Joseph Knights. Exactly.
Seth, I think that's a great take. And the thing what I like is about I'm gonna have my experience perspective. You're gonna bring what you feel, and then you know what happened. You find a way to meet in the middle to make it work, so you can grow a community. So it's not the battle of whose philosophy right. It's what is best.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm a big person on keeping people safe. It's not. It's a when something becomes unsafe. Well. For me, some places I live in Richmond, Virginia. Some places I'm not safe walking while black. I mean, but I digress. That's a different topic, right?
Wow.
But at the end of the day, when we're talking about you're on a national TV and what product and what energy you want to put out there? That's what you really want to co-sign WNBA, Kathy. That's what you want to. That's what you want your leadership legacy to go down.
Mm-hmm.
that you did not address, or you let the bigotry and misogynist and chauvinist fester in your league because of potential money back? I mean, I'm just putting it out there. I mean, that was just a thought. That was just a thought.
No, I like that. I like that. Let me see here. The old man's format. Many underclass women like the men are future pros. People will watch an all-star college rookie Olympic team with as good a chance to win as the pros.
And here's the thing I'm going to talk about is that no one was mentioned. What are you seeing on national TV that in our face, blatantly and arrogantly, you're seeing privilege.
Yeah, absolutely.
Privilege being displayed, whatever other words you want to it, but you're seeing privilege like someone is owed to you. And so that's why you have, when she said DJ Carrington, when she says weaponizing, she's referring to when whiteness is, that's the thing. People are addressing and talking about when whiteness is weaponized.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different thing. And so I was listening to a white elementary teacher at Ohio. She's great. I forgot her name. And she's saying, the problem is it's supposed to be human race.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's supposed to be human race. And she said, she said that there's any white people that are not racist, she said it'll be a miracle. Or they taught yourself. And it's from women. So, and I share all that to say that's the reality. Unfortunately, when you have this, it's the reality that you have to address, but also there's got to be a point where you come together so you can enjoy this game. Because people at the end of the day enjoy watching people play at the highest level.
That's well said, Coach. I agree. I must agree with that. Let's see what these comments got going on. Oh wait, I skipped one. You want respect? It's got to be earned. CC, you want people to like you. Some will, some won't. Caitlin has a lot of goals to reach and a lot of maturity to come along with that. The W is not Iowa, where CC was able to just hoop. Even if those people don't listen to her, she should still speak out for at least showing she don't stand with these people. BS. Iowa fans need to stick to corn shucking. And see, my thing is that I don't think it's Iowa fans.
No,
I don't think I'm not. These people that are on the fringe, I don't think that they just Iowa.
Yeah, I think that's unfair to say Iowa.
Yeah, it's not. This isn't Iowa. These are Fringe fans that have a totally different agenda.
Yeah,
and they probably didn't watch. They probably don't watch no basketball.
Man, they
none
don't know.
At all.
They don't know what pivot, rebound. They don't know the rules to the game.
Feeble-minded people are pushing the CC propaganda. I've been over it a long time ago. I just want to see the ladies ball. Exactly.
Thank you.
Says Coach. For people fans not to really push and promote racism and hate is absolutely maniacal. Caitlin, please cause. Love you to death, but don't let Rachel's corrupt you. Exactly.
Well put.
Hey, chat.
I smile.
I was done with Clark when she waved off Raven in 2023. That was really done with her. That was just competition, though, my girl. That was.
She woke up the beast. She woke up.
That woke up a monster.
Yeah.
and Raven showed you how to respond to that. But I also think that is one of the best examples of you never know what what you do or say is going to do to a person. Exactly. She waved her off. She wasn't thinking of, she probably in her mind it wasn't like ergo Raven wave her off. It was just like this a person we not worried about covering her.
Yeah,
Raven took that totally different.
Right.
Raven took that totally different. It came to help her out. El Chuncho is casual fans and trolls. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
A new light to that from for sure. We here. We talking. We bringing a light to each other. A lot of her fans traded to another team. What team wants all that drama? Is the politicians?
Yes, that too. Yep.
Seen it coming on Facebook. They said Caitlin should have had 27 just like Boston. They blame sides for not scoring. They thought that she should have. Says these mofos want no accountability.
Yeah, and that's a whole different agenda.
Yeah, how future SC prospects looking? Robert signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Pizza Hut. The next pizza turnover. Don't you guys find it funny that her turnover issue is due to Boston having Butterfingers? I wouldn't say that her turnover issue is totally Aaliyah Boston's fault, especially not when Aaliyah got out there and dropped 27 without CC. But explain, we having church in here today. Y'all need to give an offering. Let me drop the Cash App, Kendall.
Drop the Cash App.
Recess. Let me drop the Cash App. But what do you think about that, Coach? Let's go back to that. Do you think her turnover issue is Boston having Butterfingers? Talk to me about that. Because Boston dropped 27.
No. The challenge is her not getting acclimated to the system, accepting her role as a rookie, fitting in, right? And then you also have to respect and acknowledge the talent of your teammates and utilize the skills of your teammates. And then also it takes a coaching staff to stand on it and say, this is how we're going to play. Regardless, and the thing is, we go back to it's an unforgiving situation because of expectancy of the hype versus the right way to progress somebody into playing professional sport, coming as a rookie, coming with no pro experience, coming no physicality, and still by the looks of it, she needs to get her ass in the weight room.
And that's it. That's one of the biggest things. That's one of the biggest things is getting in the weight room.
So the thing
a lot of these young ladies need to get in the weight room, and a lot of these young ladies that got put off the teams because physically they weren't ready for the W. And that goes back to what you said. They don't have enough time. They coming off 10 days after either winning or losing the national championship, trying to be pros. Where the men, they finish up and then they got 7 months. And all they thinking about is, I'm finna go to the draft. I'm finna hoop. I'm in the gym. I'm working out. I'm with my trainer. 7 months to get ready to come be professional ballers. Got to give them a chance.
So
my girl with the $20 super chat. Appreciate that, fam.
So the jury is that I think the question is out. Is she a team player? Do you know what running a system? It doesn't have to be you scoring. It is scoring within the pro basketball team works effective, right? The system makes superstars. The person doesn't, because it puts you in a position to take the most best efficiency. When you trust the system, when you trust what your team is doing, you will still get yours. You will still shine because everyone is working together for the common cause. So to me, it's right now she plays with more distraction than buy-in.
Oh, I got a hot take. I got a hot take on Caitlin. I got a hot take on Caitlin. Caitlin knew who she was. She knew who she was coming into this thing. She knew she wasn't winning no national championship. She saw the opportunity and pounced on it. Right? While Paige is down, I can go back to Iowa. We're not gonna win no national championship.
That's a great point because Paige never gets hurt.
We're not talking about Caitlin.
Yeah. It's
not like we're talking about her right now. And I push back on people all the time. Paige Beckers was out of basketball for 600 days. 600.
Oh, sorry, RC got me weak in the chat.
Oh yeah, we finna jump in some of these comments. But she was out of basketball for 600 days.
Right.
So nobody is talking about what that took away from her development.
Yeah.
Her scoring, her numbers, and she played in a Final Four and a national championship before Caitlin played in one.
And so if she didn't get hurt,
if she doesn't get hurt, but she got hurt, and that happens.
Right.
Sure. My girl, the real MVP, absolutely. A 2024 Olympian team, NCAA rookies pool would include Clark, Juju, Rakia Jackson, Madison Booker, Kate Martin, Sonia Citron, Reese, Cameron Brink, anyone on SC, and so many others.
Is there anyone on SC? You right.
And that 2028 is gonna look crazy.
Crazy. That's gonna be sick.
What else? Backyard Garden. A great afternoon, fam. What's happening?
With the
stands. Right, RC in the lab, but that pissed me off big time. Such disrespect to Raven. Yeah. And like RC said, you got to be ready to deal with that anytime I see you on the court. Because I'm not going to forget. You wave me off, I take the ball.
I'm coming for your neck.
No, that's on CC. And if CC doesn't shoot a 3, she is rushing because she's trying to get her shot off. Talking about turnovers.
Yeah.
I really like JC Abbey and Jazzy Davidson. I wish the Gamecocks could get them both. Gonna be interesting to see who we bring in, Robert. I know if Kaiser can make the WNBA, Bree Hall can make the WNBA. Oh, Bree Hall is a WNBA player, as far as I'm concerned.
She sees the game.
Boston as a scapegoat because CC has not lived up to the hype as of yet. So crazy. I've never seen a rookie of the year be used as a scapegoat.
Right.
CC is spoiled. The media has spoiled CC, and this is the product of what's going on.
She was spoiled before she got here.
She got her shots off. She just missed a lot yesterday. Okay.
Entitlement.
The Fever almost blew the game yesterday because Caitlin decided she wanted to be Jesus Shuttlesworth. What? See, I didn't watch the game. I got to go back and watch. I watched the other game.
Yeah, you got to watch the game. RC
Need to
is
play
spot
shooting
on.
guard. Let someone else play the point. Yeah, she's not a point guard. I agree, Robert.
She a point scorer.
She sure did. Yeah, she's a scorer. Right on. RC in the lab. And that's why they said Paige and Caitlin could work together because Paige is a pure point guard. She is a floor general. She's going to be efficient with the shot. She's going to be efficient with the rock. She's going to hit you where you can get your shot off. And if it's not there, she's going to pull that thing back out and restart it. So, I mean, she's not – you got to be able to think point guard. Got to be able to think point guard. And that's not Caitlin's strong suit. Had better take serious interest on both sides of her game this offseason. Yeah. If she ain't careful, she could end up being a should have been. Sebastian Telfair. That's a great name. Great one. Harold Miner. They tried to name him Baby Jordan off a dunk contest. They went entirely too far right there. Any high profile outfit, everything is magnified, which is the case with CC, a rookie that has first year adjustments to make with a questionable coach and fans with no knowledge of hoops. Yeah.
Well, yep.
CC on the perimeter, numbers don't lie. More dub trip teams than any other two. Okay.
That's what you do to
apologists are looking for microwave results. Yeah, gotta put the work in. WS Judah, gotta put the work in. That's right. CC ain't no point G. Yeah, not a point guard, y'all. Not a point guard.
She's not a point guard. Not a point guard.
60 in the chat. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. Please run the likes up on my platform, also on Kansas Basketball Federation channel. Did you drop your link, Coach? Side was on AB side. She wants to B-ball to go to AB, but they may run her off if she do that next game. If I was side, I would be looking for another job. She should have been looking for another job when they drafted her. Y'all think I'm joking? I'm not joking. When they drafted Caitlin Clark, they fired Coach Sides.
Yeah.
There's not Coach Sides is going to be able to do short of winning a championship this year to be able to keep her job. She ain't going to be able to do that. They didn't even double her much last night. They were switching. Okay. Maybe Kate Martin was the glue to that Iowa run. Kate Martin, listen, Money Martin looking like a basketball player to me, Joseph Knights. Both sides of the ball. That's a basketball player. I didn't watch Iowa enough to even know. But eye test.
It looked like they didn't let her loose enough in Iowa. That's exactly what it looked like.
Eye test, Joseph. Eye test. I would take Kate Martin. Thanks so much. Oh, we love this stuff, y'all. Drop your link. I need to subscribe. Yep. I seen another comment that said how you let Clark come in off the streets and take you to glory. Who's doubling her? Laughing my ass off. Nobody. Janair Johnson saying nobody doubling her.
Nobody.
That's any coach that deals with CC. It's a hot mess. Yep. Decides even one CC. Feels like an exec office decision for the marketing. Goes. This was totally a bottom line decision. A bottom line decision. Absolutely. This was about butts in the seats. Nobody talked this much about Indiana, even when they won a championship with Tamika Catchings.
They
don't even talk about that championship. It's like that championship didn't even happen in the W. When the last time you seen some highlights from when Tamika won the championship?
Never.
I ain't even gonna wait. That's my point.
Never September.
You ain't seen them celebrated since they won it.
Nope, since they won it. But here's the thing.
He saved our butt
Fever last year, where they were in the upswing where they should be right now. If you don't draft her right now, they had their formula, they had their inside out, and it wasn't with top players. It was players that were playing well. So if you just go draft somebody that fits into the system, right now they're in the top 8 easy. If you go back to how they played and how many games they won last year with the core they had, and then you add somebody, and yes, it's a young team. When I say in the top 8, they're in striking distance.
For sure.
And I say that with confidence because I went back and looked at games from last season, and then I'm looking at this season games, and it's night and day. It's like watching, how it's Halloween in the summertime.
Summertime. They act like teams scout CC unfairly. They always press the star player of any team. Okay. Baby Bree, Brooklyn Hall is coming. Errol Williams, we heard it here first. James Harden disagree with you, Coach. I'm the system.
He has no hardware, and Harden has no hardware.
Take it from me. Caitlin loves the spotlight. She's a spotlight addict. When Hannah Stokey scored 47, a few games later, CC scored 49. Things to make you say, Let's talk about it. Indiana ain't had a winning season since Catchings. Fever wasted a first-round pick. They needed someone to complement A.B. Mitchell.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great call out. Kate Martin is nice.
Yes.
She's a point and 2 guard, but without the zone, we face more head-to-head defenders. So firing up shots with perfect balance is harder with or without fatigue.
Can't do it, and they're faster.
Stupid to have let Cannon or Vivians go. Besides pregame interview yesterday, she emphatically said she was going back to last year's game plan because she knows she fired. She knows she fired. Might as well go out doing it the way you want to do it.
I'd be damned if I'm
sitting here. I'd be damned if I'm sitting here to the end of whenever y'all gonna fire me. Whenever y'all coming up the tunnel. At the end of that game to tell me going to the press conference and going to the car, I'm gonna know that I went out doing it exactly the way I wanted to do it. And she better. That's the only way to get respect, to be able to go into to have another team look at you and say, you know what? I respect the fact that you went out on what you believe would work there. And you didn't let a rookie come in and their fan base push your narrative and direct your team.
Yep, dictate to how you coach.
Absolutely. No, she can't do that. If CC was having a great season, there would not be so much rhetoric being pushed. They won. Her fans are not happy. That this proves y'all sick. Nobody has doubled or tripled her. Helps ID, not double team. Her drive into traffic is not double team. Asia gets the double, triple team, don't she? As soon as Asia step on the floor, it's 3 people.
She get the MMA.
As soon as she step on, it's hands up. It's hands up. As soon as she hit the court.
She get elbow to the tempo, forearm to the nose.
I'm worried about the Sky going to Indiana tomorrow. If I'm the Sky, I fly in and out. I don't spend no time in Indiana. I wouldn't come in tonight. None of that. Will Boston have champagne in their locker room tonight?
No, Dallas gonna get one. Dallas gonna get one.
No, I think they done. I think they done. And I'm going for the Mavs, but I don't think that Luka and Kyrie is like we need a gentleman's sweep. Like I don't think that they like we need to win one. I don't feel like they could get one. But I just don't think so. I think they bringing the brooms. Thought Caitlin would succeed ASAP because I thought she would be doing some of everything well, but she's not. But she didn't do some of everything well in college. So why did you think that? She did some. She didn't do some of everything well in college. I mean, and that's not a knock on her. That's just real talk. Like she didn't do everything well then. So no.
Right. It's the proof in
the situation. It's really a cycle of test her mental health. It's a lose-lose situation. And I said that too. I said it's gonna test her mental health. And I hope that she's got some good support around her. And I mean that, no joke. Mental health as well. I mean that. 3-on-3 league unrivaled, created by Nafisa and Stewie, starting in 2025. They said CC will be their number 1 pick. How you think she'll do? I think she'll do well. I think she'll do well. I think that she'll do well in the WNBA. I just don't think that it's gonna be right away. The games that they win and look good, CC doesn't score a lot. Risky 33.
I think she's going to do
well. There, ain't it?
She's going to dominate.
The pattern there, ain't it?
Projected, yeah.
So I believe they're announcing the players in the summer rewind, and then it's a winter league. I'm worried about this guy as well. I pray they have security. Mavericks need to trade for Enrique.
Well, fam says I got a groom appointment. I got a good.
We're gonna wrap this thing up.
Look, Coach, don't have much up there, but I got to groom it up for Father's Day and get the beard clean, fam.
Hey man, get it all together, Coach. I'm gonna run through these last couple comments real quick, and then we are out of here.
Okay.
Acknowledge the Gamecock dominance last night for sure. Probably said, you know what, Caitlin will be here longer than me, so let me do my big one. Yeah, exactly. Clark fumbled around at Iowa as well.
I will be in the chat tonight.
Appreciate we out of here. Paige was on a good upswing until she got hurt. Like others, Haley Jones of Boston could generate the ratings. Bam, I'm back tonight for the game. 73 of y'all in the chat. Oh, y'all still talking. Coach, go.
Yeah, they still talking.
I thought everybody was leaving. We're still here. Go ahead, Coach. I'll see you later.
I'm out. Hey, fam, I love you. I appreciate you.
Let me see what's happening here. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Let's see. They win if she does less. Yeah, I saw Plum's story. Clark is that magnified. Paige Becker's a better ball handling than Caitlin Clark. Her ball handling is too loose. She get her ball stolen too much. Yeah, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. It's a lose-lose for running gunners like me. No disrespect to Big, but I'll take 30% field goal if you're exciting. The Dow, according to Allen Iverson. I hear you. CS, I got you. Thanks, Coach, for joining. Great conversation. What up, though? MJ Lover was good. Cece was a great passer, scorer, underrated rebounder. That's 3 things she did good. That's not all basketball. Them 3 things. And she can still do those things pretty good. She still rebounds. She still passes good. She still scores. She don't play defense very well. She doesn't necessarily get her teammates involved very well. She doesn't necessarily make people better. So she don't do everything good, but she did some things good. I give you that. Peace, Ghost. Y'all, I'm back tonight. I think the game starts at 7. Come back and hang out. It's your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies. Until next time, y'all, stay tuned. Talk soon. Like and subscribe on the way out. Run them likes up. And I'll see y'all tonight. Keep hooping. I'm out.